Ladies and gentlemen, this pains me to say this was a very difficult video for me to make because today we're talking about Oscar Piastri and what actually is going on right now. So, in the last few races, we all know the racing AI simulator has awakened and he has been on a tear and has dropped the gap from 100 points to 40 points now. Max Verstappen is going crazy right now. But I mean, it's not unexpected. This is Max Verstappen after all. We know what Max Verstappen can do. And unfortunately, it's the McLaren boys who are facing the wrath this time. So first things first, we need to speak about Oscar Piastri. In the last few races, Oscar Piastri hasn't had a podium. Oscar Piastri hasn't had a win. It's been a very long time without a win from McLaren as a whole team. To be fair, the whole team is just kind of in a very weird spot. But you know, what I think for the Mexican Grand Prix is this is going to be the turning point. I'll drop my predictions in tomorrow's video when we speak more about the Mexican GP. But as for now, we're speaking about Oscar Piastri and also what this means for the title fight. Unfortunately, as you guys have seen, Oscar Piastri is in a bad place. And as an Oscar fan, I've been rooting for Oscar since he landed in Formula 1 because Daniel Ricciardo had to go. And, you know, since he landed in Formula 1, I've been backing him up, you know. He won 2020, he won the Formula 3 championship. 2021, he won the Formula 2 championship. Yes, you can fact check me. I know. But yes, he won back-to-back. You know who else won back-to-back? No, not Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc won back-to-back. And he's one of the best drivers we have on the grid right now. You know who else won back-to-back? Lewis Hamilton. Do I even have to say anything? Lewis Hamilton is probably the greatest driver of all time to ever walk this planet. You know, so I can just simply say my expectations were set high. Everybody's expectations were set high. Obviously, the Daniel Ricciardo fans didn't like him because he's like, what? He took our boy's seat. But again, he is also Australian, so they probably warmed up Jim. I don't know what you Australians think about Oscar Piastri, but I'm sure you like him very much. Probably not as much as Daniel, but I'm sure you like him very much. And, you know, my point is, Oscar Piastri has a lot of potential. And the way it's looking right now, this championship is not looking good, bruv. It's not looking safe. So what we need to do right now is we need to back Oscar Piastri. You know, as Oscar Piastri fans, we need to back him up. But unfortunately, we have to worry about Max Verstappen, which is what, you know, we also need to get into. And Red Bull, as we know, Red Bull are crazy. Red Bull will go for any advantage they get. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile, you know? So, unfortunately, this is exactly the kind of behavior we're seeing from Red Bull. As we all know, I'm sure you've heard the news by now of the Red Bull tape gate. You know, we have Spygate, we have Crashgate, and we have Tapegate. Red Bull wanted to get in all the gates, and they brought Tapegate to us in the United States Grand Prix. So, obviously, they wanted to remove tampering around with Lando Norris's tape. So basically what the drivers do is when they park their cars on the grid before the formation lap, they put the tape on the side to just say, oh, okay, when I come back for the race start, I'm just going to stop here, and they use the tape as a reference. That's what they do. If you guys needed more explanation with that. So that's what they do. So obviously, they go around for the lap. During that lap, a Red Bull mechanic's like, oh, that's my chance. We take off the tape. Lando Norris doesn't know where to start. He fumbles his start. Max Verstappen gets a clean start. Simple. Sounds good. You know, if you're a Red Bull fan, you're like, yeah, that's smart. That's 1000 IQ move, right? Of course it is. Of course it is 1000 IQ move. This is Red Bull we're talking about. So first thing, they do that. And unfortunately, it doesn't work. They get fined for it. But I mean, this is Red Bull. They always look for the slightest inch, slightest margin. And you know what? You can say all you want about Red Bull. You can say all you want. But that's smart. If I was a Red Bull driver, that's what I want my team to do. If I was a Formula 1 driver, I want my team to do that. There's no this thing of we're racing in the spirit of the what? Spirit of the what? Regulations. Dude, no. I want to win as much as I can. You know, I want to dominate my rivals. That's literally what Max Verstappen's attitude is. That's exactly why Max Verstappen is the way he is. That's why he's literally a racing robot. He's an AI. Max Verstappen is not a human being. Let me tell you that. Max Verstappen is not a human being. And this ties back to what I was saying. Oscar Piastri is in trouble, guys. Oscar Piastri needs to step up his game. Mexican Grand Prix, this dude needs to win. If he doesn't win, oh, we've got a problem. we've got a serious problem. But I think McLaren is going to be better at the Mexican Grand Prix. They should do much better. It's a high downforce track. Well, it's a high downforce, but it's like, because it's high altitude, so you have to put on your max downforce. It's a smooth track. It should favor McLaren, and I think they're going to do pretty decently. If they're not the best, then at the very least, they should be challenging Red Bull, you know, in a one-on-one basis. Shouldn't be anything too crazy with Ferrari involved like we had in the United States Grand Prix. But again, who knows? Ferrari might do well. They did well there last season. But then again, last season, Ferrari had a pretty good car by the end of the season. This year, let's not talk about Ferrari's car. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But that's my thoughts regarding Oscar Piastri. But I want to get back to the Max Verstappen and Red Bull situation. You know, the thing is, Red Bull, you can say all you want. You know, you can hate Red Bull. You can say they're cheats. You can say they do whatever it takes, you know. And I've seen a lot of comments saying, you know, as a McLaren fan, you should be racing by the rules. That's the McLaren philosophy. You race by the rules. You try and race fair. That's not how they go racing. That's Zach Brown's, you know, motto. You know, we go racing fair. We don't do it. Yeah, man. No. Nah. Not when it comes to Red Bull, man. Red Bull, we race to win. We don't race to be fair. As long as we're doing things that are not illegal, which I mean, sometimes Red Bull is very, they play on the margin of legal and illegal things. But, you know, that's another thing. The fact is, if I was a driver in Formula One, I want a team like Red Bull behind me. You know, I know they've got my back. This is why I commend Red Bull. This is why I think if we don't have an Oscar Piastri win, just give us another Max win. It's okay. I mean, he's already one of the best ever. So, I mean, what's another title going to add? People aren't going to change their opinion from him winning 4 or 5. Doesn't really matter. And even if he doesn't win this 5th one, sure, in the near future, he'll win another 5th one. So, it's like, it doesn't matter. For Max Verstappen, it's just another title. But for Lewis, no, not Lewis. We're not speaking about Lewis today. For Lando Norris or for Oscar Piastri, this is like the title. They need to win this. You know, this is the title that's going to make or break their career. Like, if they don't win here, who's to say McLaren won't be trash next season? Who's to say that? You know, you can say all you want about, the Mercedes engine is looking fire. You can say all you want about their department looking insane. But you've got Adrian Newey cooking up some. I know Adrian Newey has been cooking. You know, you've got Audi who've got a strong engine, as people are saying. You know, if you look at the rumors and you believe the rumors, they're cooking. You know, so this means a lot. As a Lewis, what's going on? Why do I keep saying Lewis? As a Max Verstappen hate watcher, I don't hate Max Verstappen, but I'm hate watching. You know, just for the sake of entertainment. But you know, as a Max Verstappen hate watcher and a Oscar Piastri fan, I really think we need to see Oscar Piastri win. You know, we don't speak about Lando Norris. You know, maybe that's another topic for another video on why I think I don't want Lando Norris to win this championship. But as for this season, I want Oscar Piastri to win. And the way it's looking, it's not good. But I believe and I know that he can pull it back, you know. The Oscar Piastri we had mid-season was, that dude was insane, bro. Oscar Piastri from China till about Zandvoort. Nah, Zandvoort is probably a bit late. Because Zandvoort, he was decent, but he wasn't like too dominant. But like just before the summer break, that Oscar Piastri was insane. You know, that Oscar Piastri was like, championship is over. Championship is done, bruv. You know, I was chilling. But now it's not looking good, man. Now, I watch every single race week and I'm like, damn. So we're really gonna get Max Verstappen domination again? You know? Like, 100 points to 40 points. That's insane, bruv. That's insane. Like, if you're not a Max Verstappen fan, that's scary. Like, that is insane. Imagine that guy going up against your favorite driver. Hey, man. Hey, it's happened before. It's happening again. It's happening 2 times now in the last 5 years, which is crazy. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna end the video here. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the Mexican Grand Prix, my predictions, and probably talk about Lando Norris, because I'm sure some of you may be wondering, why does this dude not want Lando Norris to win? What does he have against Lando Norris? I'm telling you, once I explain it to you, you're gonna understand. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys. Peace.